Now, can you gentlemen explain to the audience everything they need to know about Double Cup?
Man, Double Cup. It's an album between myself and Slim Thug. Um, a movie is with it. It is the movie. The movie is called Double Cup also, and this music is what you would call the soundtrack to the movie. It's a double album. One with Slim and myself, and then the other album with Slim and Kiki, which is also a star in the movie also.
It's a triple double if you add it up. You got the double cup, the
Right.
single. You got double cup, the album.
Right.
It's really a quadruple. What would that be? Quadruple.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
quadruple
So
double.
yeah. So album with Kiki, the movie, and what else? Our
Double album.
album.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that. Yeah. So basically, what it is and complete is an idea I had from a while back, years. I had an idea of doing a movie. I got with my brother, my homeboy Dre, and he was shooting movies at the time, and I was like, "Hey man, I got an idea about a movie." I've been trying to get people to do this for a while, but finally I gave him the idea. He broke it down in script and added to the story, co-wrote it, and brought it to life. We say, "Hey man, let's shoot it." We shot it. It came out dope, man. The movie, uh the theme of the movie or whatever, like the I guess whatever the gist of what it is it's really something I just wanted to highlight Houston culture. That's why it's called Double Cup. That's why I got drink involved because Houston kind of known for the drink. So I based the story, kind of around the culture of Houston. And what it is me. I'm in jail over some petty crimes, probably, So at the same time, one of my co-stars, Lil Kiki the Don, who was also in the movie, and Al D, who was also in the movie, they was conversating, and I wasn't with them, but I heard them. I was eavesdropping as I was sitting down. They was talking about, man, when I get out, I got a whole 1,000 pints stashed in my baby mama attic of that original activist drink. You know what I'm saying? That you can't find no more. That's gone. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what the story is. I got out of jail before them and hit the lick, and and that's just that's what the movie basically about. You know what I'm saying? So after coming up with the concept, getting the movie shot, we decided let's do a soundtrack. The movie called Double Cup, let's do a double CD. You know what I'm saying? Now I got one project with Propain, North and South Side, as got the young man. He my the person hit the lick with me in the movie. And then Don Kiki is the person we ended up robbing for the drink or whatever, So a lot of culture music, man, with this Double Cup music and movie. We just try to highlight the city for one time, you know what I'm saying?
Now, before we discuss your bond with Pro and Kiki and things of that nature, excuse me, let's talk about this idea. You mentioned that you've had this for a while. Now, for fans of those in the audience
Mhm.
that have listened to your music from the very beginning, at what point do you think in your career, if you could pinpoint, did you actually have this idea? Obviously, it's 2025 now when it's releasing, but at what point, maybe what album or what era of Slim Thug when you came up with this idea?
That's a good question that I do not know the answer to. But time frame, I can say it was probably almost a 10-year-old idea. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to get this done for a while, and then I got the script in what was that 2020 what 2023. I got the script and we ended up shooting the movie and getting it done after I was able to get it to a script.
Now, as far as the bonds you have with Kiki and Pro, can you explain how those began in its infancy?
Oh man, I've been knowing Pro over like what 14 years. I took him under my wing as a child, you know what I'm saying? And helped him out in his rap career. The Don Kiki, he been around before me in the city of Houston, so I heard about him before I knew him, you know what I'm saying? They was hating on the north side early a long time ago, so but now me and him end up kicking it, a long time ago. We did an album with Mr. Lee. You ain't know that, huh? Me and the Dunn, yeah, the big unit way back in the day. That was our first project. So I'm excited to, get with him again and do it at this level. You know what I'm saying? So the music is real Houston culture. If you listen to it and you love Houston culture music, you're gonna love it. You know what I'm saying?
Now, just speaking of you two here on camera, do you recall the first time you two met or how you two met?
Man, bro, why the back fuck nigga chop you, dog? Nah, yeah, first time we met, it's a couple of little instances though, but it was like around 2011, something like that. I was just a rapper trying to come up and try to make a name for myself. I remember just reaching out to Slim, and one of the main things was I reached out to him and asked him to pull up to one of my video shoots, a song I had at the time that was on the radio. He pulled up to my hood. That was like a big moment for me, big moment for my hood. And from there, we
What
just
year was
kind of
that?
rocked.
You
That
remember?
was 2011.
2011. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like we had a project we did on my project that was 10 years ago. So, man, that was long
Yeah,
after
that was
that.
long after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And what was the title of that song, just for reference, bro?
Say I won't.
Now, before you two joined forces for this body of work, was there talk of doing a body of work, a joint project together, even way back when?
Right. Now we ain't never really talked about doing no project, but we got a lot of songs together. We done rocked on a lot of songs together. And we got like, yeah, a cool amount of dope music together. But we ain't never talked about doing a project.
Right.
That's why this shit kind of was dope.
It just went with the vibe, man. You know, it just kind of came together like this. So that's why it really feel like it went together right. You know what I'm saying? It just came together perfect time.
Now, was there a thought on just doing one soundtrack of
It
just all
was.
That
three of
actually
you?
was what we did at the time. We ended up getting in the lab. It was originally it was gonna be with me, him, Kiki, everybody that's on the movie really,
Right.
but me, him, and Kiki mainly. And I know me and Slim locked in and we did a bunch of songs. Then when we looked up, we all had a lot of songs, and then we came up with that. It was Slim came up with the idea to do a double album since it's called Double Cup, and he kind of separated it. There's one with me and him, and then one with OG Lil Kiki.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about Houston for a
All right.
second here. You mentioned this movie represents the culture and things of that with H-Town. So, wanted to ask you two gentlemen this. Now, circumstances could be different for everyone, but can you give the audience 5 tips for anyone visiting Houston?
Man, you took this shit.
5 tips for visiting Houston.
They've heard about Houston, never had a chance to visit until now. What are those 5 tips here?
Never leave Houston on a Sunday. Sunday Fun Day is an all-day party, so you gotta prepare for that. You know, it's a non-stop party until like 6 in the morning. Uh, you gotta go to certain food spots. You gotta go to Breakfast Club, Taste Bar, um, Grace's,
Oyster Hood,
Oyster Hood. Um, what else?
Lost and Found,
Lost and Found. You got to go to the club. You got to go to Area 29, the strip club,
Dome,
Splash House,
Flash House,
Dome,
Chapman and Kirby,
Chapman and Kirby on Sunday,
Seaside.
Seaside, 5015. Yep, let's Social Junkie now. Yeah, it's just too many party spots. So basically, you're gonna get ready to
You
party
gotta go on in Third Ward, go on the strip, D
Alameda
Yeah.
and through what's that street on? That's the main one in Third Ward,
Nigga
D
ain't trying
Water.
to forget shit. Niggas always we
Right, we got everybody like, hey, real, they shouted us out. Yeah.
Nah, for sure.
But
Address.
address for sure, address. Camp, you know, shout out to A Life. And what else? What else? You want to party, you want to eat?
Gave about 3 tips
Galleria
here.
Mall. You want to go to the Galleria Mall. It's like a big mall, and it's just like probably like 10 acres of a mall. I don't know how big it is, Fred. It's stupid though.
Cool.
Yeah.
Clothing store, the gender.
Yeah. What else you want to do?
You want to go to EML dispensary, gas guard.
You want to go see gas guards. You know what I'm saying? You want to go. I got more than that though. What else we got? Yeah, man, that's a lot of the things. That's a lot of the pretty much. I think we covered pretty much the
You ain't
scene.
gonna never be bored in Houston.
It's just such a huge city. It's so much to do that you know. It depends on who you are, really, like, and what you like to do. If you want to go to the club, it's something for that. If you want to go
Man,
eat,
the main place you gotta go though.
where we gotta
You
go?
gotta go to Trill Burger, bro.
Trill Burger for sure. How
gotta
you
go
ain't-
to
how
Trill
you
Burger.
miss on Trill
Nigga,
Burger?
You was about to keep.
I
one of
thought
your
you
damn
said that
mouth.
already.
Nah, nigga ain't want to take it to me.
Trill Burger,
Yeah,
OG
nigga,
Bun
man,
Beef.
this nigga
First
crazy.
spot you pull up to Houston is Trill Burger. I thought he said it already.
Man.
I smoke weed. He don't
Oh,
smoke. My
man,
bad.
Yeah, man, cut it out,
Yeah,
kid.
man.
Yeah, now you want to pass me the mic, running your damn mouth.
Now,
Nigga here.
speaking of Trill Burger here, what
Yeah.
do each of you personally order when you indulge at that location?
Triple OG, me. I'm getting a
Same,
triple OG
same,
every time, man. Salute
same.
to Bun Trill Burger, amazing establishment. The food great, the service great. You don't come to Houston and don't go to Trill Burger. You cheating
Fact,
yourself.
100%.
And when you order each of these items here that you just presented, is it a certain way you like it made, certain condiments, or you just get it as is? You just
Man,
order
I
it
get
as
it
is?
as is. They ain't let me down yet. I get it as is. You got a special way?
I get the triple OG at Trill Burger. It's fire. Then I go to Checkers too. That's something else I forgot. That's like one of my favorite spots in the city. What else though? Now my burgers though, I don't like to mess with what the chef make. You know what I'm saying? I like to get the
Facts.
food how they made it, because I feel like if you a chef, you an artist and you got your own way of making things what it is, and I don't want to tamper with that. You know what I'm saying?
And when it comes to partying, you mentioned a plethora of locations here. Now, how does the Houston party scene compare to maybe the Miami party scene, the Los Angeles party scene, the New York City party scene, if you're able to give us those details there?
I believe that the party scene in Houston is it's a lot more black than Miami, I would say. New York, I don't know. I don't party too much in New York. You be in New York partying a lot?
New York got a lot of
L.A.
that shit,
It
especially
don't got
party.
a lot of. I haven't partied out there in
But
a while
Houston just
either.
one of a kind right now,
Yeah,
man.
Houston just got its own
Everywhere
wave.
got their own vibe that's dope about what they got, but what Houston got
Strip
is
clubs,
crazy, man. Shout out Camp too, man.
camp. I said camp. The
Okay,
women,
just making sure.
yeah, all that. Yeah, Houston. It's tough to beat us when it comes to girls and
Yeah, we
ratio
number
and
one right now.
party. Like I say, partying all day, having so many options to party. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a lot. Houston is the down south New York as far as a city. It's a huge city. People don't realize how big it is. It's the biggest city in the south, so it's like it's so much land mass that you can do all kind of different things out there.
Now, speaking of women, Slim, I have a question here just for
Hey,
you.
hey.
Is there a difference between a baddie and a beautiful woman?
If it is I don't know. I would say a baddie is more spicy than but I would say they the same thing. They both look beautiful, but a baddie and what you see a girl when you see a girl call herself a baddie, most of the time she watching Bad Girls Club or something. So she probably like a little young mo turnt. You know what I'm saying? And a beautiful woman gonna be somebody with class. Stepping out. Yeah, that's what I imagine when I hear baddie, you know what I'm saying?
Now, when it comes to the city of Houston, can you explain these sides? You mentioned North Side, South Side
Right.
previously in a description about the Double Cup project and album and things of that nature. Can you explain these sides in Houston for those that have heard those in lyrics and things of that nature?
Okay, South Side is DJ Screw, Screwed Up Click. So Lil Kiki, Fat Pat, Big Pokey, Big Hawk, and then Propain and South Walker,
Yeah.
who Megan Thee Stallion kind of from Pearland. We ain't gonna give it to her because we from the north side.
Maxo King.
Maxo Cream. That's like different sides. South side is like I say, it's land at. You got South side, Southwest side. You know what I'm saying?
But that's all the South Side.
Harm Clark, Southwest side.
That's
Then
not
you got
Southwest Side. Let's chill. Now.
okay, my bad. But anyway, and then you got me, North side. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the same thing. Big Northwest, Homestead to Acres Home to Greens Point to Fifth Ward, all that. So it's a huge, and probably some of those neighborhoods the size of a lot of people towns they live in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The Fifth Wards, the Acres Homes, the South Parks, and Third Wards. These are huge neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying?
And
But that's rappers. The difference, like I say, Swisher House is on the north side. Me, Mike Jones, Power Wild, Chameleonaire,
Fast Lane.
OTB Fast Lane, Cartel Bowl. Like we all from the north side. So it's a lot of north side rappers, and the difference as far as the city, we known for thugging on the north side. So we like south side kind of scared to come to the north
Southside
side
is players, and Southside don't really go to the North Side because it ain't no
because they kind of
reason to
scared.
go to the North Side. It ain't no reason to go over there. Southside always been player. We always been fly. These are the facts.
North side go everywhere. We
Y'all ain't got
don't.
no choice. Y'all got to come to us because y'all don't got nothing.
Southside girls love Northside niggas, and that's why they mad.
I ain't never had an issue in that department, so I don't know what you're talking about, kid.
Yeah, we get the North Side, South Side, we get all the sides.
Where
You
you
know what I'm
stay?
saying?
Where you stay?
I live downtown.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
so that's what we want to talk about. Yeah, yeah. What
I
else?
think you live on the south side, kid.
Nah, that's the suburbs outside of the South Side.
All right.
Yeah, and that's just my house, kid. Where I'm at all the time when you see me. Where I'm at?
Get that mic out my face, bro. What's wrong with you,
Now,
dog?
is it just these two sides? Is there a east side? Is there a
Yeah,
west
yeah.
side?
It's a southwest side. That's Maxo and
Yeah,
a lot of rappers.
yeah.
Toby, we don't be saying my boy Toby
Toby
enough.
from
Toby
the
a
west, too.
legend,
Yeah,
Transformers,
man.
you know, all kind of legendary shit. Make sure we shout out my partner. Yeah, so Southwest is big, you know,
And
and
you got
got
southeast. That's
Southeast.
like more where the SUC from. That's where South
Yeah,
Park from.
DJ Screw,
Yeah.
all that, and on the east side, Kurt
And
Cobain's
Little Jeremy.
and Lil Jeremy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So east side got presence. Everybody got presence, man. Yeah.
It's so big, man. There's so many.
Is it
niggas
like
everywhere.
pure west side? Anybody claiming that?
I
Like
don't even know what that is. What that would be considered.
towards Katy, I guess. I don't know. It ain't. I don't really know if it's
I
any.
don't think it's.
Maybe that's up
I
and
never heard
coming.
nobody say west side.
Yeah, me neither. But that would be cool though if they came with something. Come on, West Side Houston, where the rapper at? We ain't got nobody over there. Yeah.
Now, at this point, is it territorial or beef between these sides?
Nah, it ain't no beef. That's like
When I was
some.
a kid, when they was kind of
Yeah.
coming in, that's when it was more of a south side and outside thing. But now
Right.
it's all love. Everybody rock with each other.
Yeah, that band did. That's like 90s type, you know what I'm saying, behavior. We been squashed that in the city.
Now, how was that able to get squashed and move forward to what
Big
it's like
Slim.
today in 2025?
Big Slim.
Bring
Huh? Bring. Yeah. So basically, me and ESG did a record called Brazen Phase in 90s, 99, I think it came out. And basically, it was a record like, you know, saying I'm from the North, I'm Swish Eyes, you DJ Screw, you Southside, but it's all love. And after that, we did that record. A lot of the other artists began to work together, you know what I'm saying?
ESG ended the war.
And me and ESG ended the war of the North and the South Side, man. So after that, it was like everybody began to work together, and it ain't never been no problem since. Like now, to this day, it's still jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't stop. They still scared to come to the North Side too, but we
still ain't nothing to do over there. Ain't no reason to go to the north side.
Okay.
Cut it out, kid.
Now, when it comes to this beef or territorialness and things of that nature, was that strictly just music based, or was that people based as well? And the music was representing the people at the time.
I think the music spilled over to.
Yeah, the music spilled over to the streets.
What was going on in the streets?
To this day, a lot of South, it's like racism. You know what I'm saying? Southside still be hating on the North Side to this day. Like they might act like everything good.
The Southside, let me get that microphone, kid. The Southside really pioneered the culture of Houston. When you think of Houston rap culture and you think of the origin of it, that comes from the groundwork that the Southside laid, from the DJ Screws, the Lil Kikis, Fat Pats, Big Pokies. And then the Northside was able to, off the back of what the Southside did, take it to a higher level. You know, with the Switcher House and Slims and Mike Jones and Paul Walls. They was able to take it to another level and you know what I'm saying, kick open that door and more of a national look for us. But yeah.
So that's why they mad, because we went platinum.
We started it. We gave y'all.
Beyonce, you know, he went crazy. So, and they think they started us, but I like to say is we all could have been SUC if they wasn't hating. But so because of they denied us, we had to create our own lane, and we prospered because God bless those that don't hate.
SUC is Houston. Will be forever.
Facts.
DJ Screw is king.
R.I.P. DJ Screw.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm talking about?
I say, it's a constant troll joke we do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know, it's love, man. You know,
for sure.
Especially because we lost a lot of our soldiers, like a lot of our real heroes out the city, man. And we all end up, you know, suffering from that, man. You know, so we hate that.
Now, when it came to that song, if you answered this already, I apologize. We'll move forward. I'll skip it. But just in case I didn't hear you say this, how did that song come to? Who initiated that truce, if you so to speak? So to speak. Excuse me.
That's also a joke. ESG, he like Soldier Boy when you ask him shit in these interviews. So he be like claiming everything, like he made everything. So in one of his interviews, he's like ESG's like, yeah, what are those stuff that break
Who the hot young run
That's
in the
why he
city?
keeps saying that. But it was kind of like he heard about me while he was in jail, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Hey, I want to do a record with you." And then when we got together, we came up with doing Braids and Phase. And it really was a smart move on his part. Shout out him, D Rick, because that record turned up, man, and it really did squash the beef from the city. So that's a part of the legacy.
Now,
You know what
it's
I'm
one
saying?
thing for someone to initiate or bring an idea, but it's another on the other end, the opposite end, to accept that and
Right.
continue with that. What got you to push forward with that?
Well, we ain't never been haters on the north side. We always thought money, and we know that if we ain't getting money on the south side, then we can't get that much money. We need money from the south side, the east side, the west side, the outside. So, but now real life, I really just never really, was tripping like that. You know what I'm saying? I never really cared that much, like, you know what I'm saying? So when he hit me up, we got together, did it, and it wasn't nothing. It was just like, it really wasn't a big deal to me, at least. We just like when we got together and the record worked. I'm saying the beef wasn't a big deal, but when we got together and made the record, that was amazing to be a part of that. To say, hey man, we really squashed the beef, the north side south side beef, man. We can say that forever, me and ESG. So that's love.
And was that an immediate squashing, if you will, or did it take a gradual after
It
that
it
song?
take it was immediate on the rapper side. You would see a lot of rappers immediately start working together, but at the same time, it took time, for us to like really gel together and our relationships to be really real and us to really kick it and be real friends. You know what I'm saying? Over time, we did so many shows together, spent more time together, and now we are like brothers. You know what I'm saying? North side, south side, everybody.
And wrapping up here just about the sides of Houston, is there anything else just with that subject matter?
Uh, what you think, boss? That was it.
That Southside shit dead. Like,
Yeah, it's so old. Like it was like '90s history or whatever of Houston. So we been out for that.
All right. Now, one thing you also mentioned here in these tips,
Mm.
and it came to the nightlife aspect here. You mentioned Splash House.
Splash House.
yes, sir.
Shout out South Walker, man. That's a major player move right there, opening up your own strip club. And we salute him on that, and I love to see that. I love his entrepreneur spirit. You know what I'm
And
saying?
it's like it's super innovative when you know what I'm saying. From the video games and there to the way it's set up, it's really like a whole experience that I think you shouldn't even come to Houston and don't go experience that. You know what I'm saying? It's live. It's a fun experience when you go to it.
And did that surprise you at all? That idea that
Very
he had for
surprising.
this,
Yeah, that
excuse me,
that
this
that
venue?
one that one threw me for a surprise. But at the same time, Walker good businessman, and Walker always got his hands into something. So just him coming up with a new avenue didn't really surprise me. He a hustler.
Right. He always hustling.
Rich homie Quan
Right.
recently passed away.
hmm
Have you publicly commented on this yet?
Yeah, I spoke about it. That was somebody I considered a homie. Like a few months right before he passed, he was in Houston. He hit me up. It was like 2, 3 in the morning and was trying to get me to come out. And I was like, bro, it's too late. I'm already, you know what I'm saying? I'm in. But he was like, man, you know what I'm saying? We only live once. Come out. So I ended up coming. We kicked it all night. Had a good time. That's somebody who always showed me love. Gave me a song that changed my life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I ain't got nothing but love for him. Shout out Rich Homie Nord.
Shout out Rich Homie Quan,
And
RIP, bro.
rest in peace, man. And salute to Munch, the whole family over there. Man, they showed me nothing but love, man. That's my dog.
Now, let's just take it back for a second. Do you recall how you two met for the very first time, you and Rich homie
Yeah.
Quan?
Well, Rich Homie Nard, which was like his close friend and his manager, and a dude that was my manager, Trill at the time, they already had a relationship. So that was something that they had already been trying to set up and make happen. And the timings was kind of bad when he was supposed to get on the song because the song was already, we had already had the song. And I remember we finished the album and we turned it in. We was the same day we riding around, me and my partners, we all listening to it. We like, damn, we got a classic, it's going down. I remember I sent him the album. What's crazy, I sent him the album. The only person I sent it to let him hear it. And I remember him posting about it and just talking about it. And within, I think like an hour, I ended up getting a phone call. Quan ended up hitting me like, bro, don't put it out. I got something for that song. It's gonna be a classic. And that's exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying? He got on that song. I had already thought that song was a dope song and could be a single, but I never expected to do what he did to it. And yeah, that shit just like that lived forever in my city. You know what I'm saying?
And you mentioned that song changed your life. How so?
Well, I'm an underground rapper. Always that was always the way I was moving towards making the type of music that was not for the clubs. You know, it wasn't even for the radio really. And instantly when that song came out, everything changed. It killed the clubs, it killed the radio, and it just I seen a whole new world from rap.
And for those in the audience, care to share the name of this song and the album you're referencing as well?
Right. The song is called Two Rounds with Rich Homie Quan on there. The album is called Ryan Slab.
And when it comes to Rich Homie Quan, how many interactions did you have over time with him? Was it just that
Yeah.
song and video and
Nah, that was somebody that I considered I was cool with. We ain't never really stopped talking. Anytime he would drop some new music, I hit him up, talk about it. Anytime I drop some new music, he'll hit me up, he'll DM me, tell me it's hard or whatever. We had some more shit we wanted to work on. But like I said, when he was in Houston, he hit me like to come out and kick it with him and shit like that. So, and it had been a few times throughout the years he would be in Houston, or if I'm in Atlanta, I would hit him up. You know what I'm saying? And just we'll kick it.
now, you may have answered this question already, but going to formally ask you here in case you want to add on to what you've said. And if not, we'll
Right.
just move forward as well. But what was Rich Homie Quan really like?
I mean, I knew him to just be a cool nigga. You know what I'm saying? He was a real player. Shit. Like I said, only thing I can say is good shit about him. That nigga put me in a position and changed my life. So shit, to me, that's the partner.
And that interaction when he was in Houston, that
Right.
was the last time you two
Yeah.
corresponded?
Yeah, that was maybe like 3 months before he passed. Yeah, we kicked to like 6 in the morning.
And do you recall how you were notified about the news?
I seen it online. I ain't think it was true. So I ended up hitting a couple people out here. I hit his cousin. And I hit this girl that I knew out here to ask did she hear anything about it. And she hadn't heard nothing about it. But then I kept seeing it getting posted. So that's kind of how I knew it was true.
Now, do you have a favorite memory of him you'd like to share with the audience today?
Shit, when he sent that song back.
Mhm.
And what's the best advice you received from him, or most important thing you learned being around him?
Man, he was a businessman too. So I had already respected that about him. Like a lot with Slim, him and his people, his daddy even used to be around. They all wanted to do everything themselves, and he was the first person to tell me, "Hey, bro, you don't need to use them for that. You could just pay for this and get it like that." You know what I'm saying? And he was at a high level doing that. So I had a lot of respect for him with that. He was definitely on his business shit.
And is there any other music unreleased between you two at this point?
Nah, we ain't have nothing
The
else.
album.
Being Quan,
Oh, you say Quan.
yeah.
Yeah, you and
Look,
Quan.
he's ready. Nah, we ain't had nothing else. Yeah, I actually had some songs that I wanted to put them on. We had talked about, but it was just one of them things where rappers we always shoot the shit with each other and say we're gonna do some or he probably busy, I probably busy. Oh, I ain't follow up, but you know what I'm saying. That was just somebody I fucked with though.
When you look back at your career, out of all the projects that you've released throughout time, are there any plans for future installments to any of the following?
Like a second version.
Yes, I'll go through the list really quick. Hog Life.
Hog Life. We did 4 of those. We went out. In one year, I dropped 4 Hog Life projects. When I did Hog Life, every quarter I dropped a version. So Yeah, that was a nice little series. If you ain't never heard that 4 album Hog Life series, you need to check it out.
Are you done with that series? Are there plans maybe for a fifth?
Nah, I'ma leave that where it was. Like that was a moment. You know what I'm saying? Hog Life was a major moment.
Welcome to Texas. You went all the way to Volume 3.
Man, welcome to Texas. What's the name we did? Welcome to Texas, or was it welcome that song we did? Welcome to Houston. Welcome to Houston. Yeah, that was with me and Paul Wild. That was a while. That was for the Super Bowl and the All Star, I believe. Yeah, maybe if they bring another Super Bowl or All Star, maybe. Yeah.
Thug Thursday. You went up to
Thug
3
Thursday.
installments.
Wow, yeah, Thug Thursday. People ask for all these, man. It's crazy. But nah, I just keep making new books, I guess. I'm writing new books.
Now, there are some that never had a Volume 2, but Volume 1 was listed.
Right.
The Boss.
The Boss. Yeah, nah, that's over, man. We grown past all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And For the City, there was only a Volume 1 there.
Yeah, nah, we ain't doing no more.
Just curious why you even titled it a Volume 1 but never followed up with those two particular series.
Man, that was actually beef. Well, the last one, I don't even know which one that is for the city. I forgot which one that was. But the Boss was a actual beef tape, so I
Got
don't
it.
have no beef. We didn't squash that. Everything good. So now,
Okay. So any previous installments of any series, it sounds like you're just done with at this point and it's on to...
yeah. Last series I did was the Sugar Daddy Slim series. I dropped a few Sugar Daddy Slim projects because I don't really drop albums a lot, and I want to try to drop an album. I usually just drop like like we name in series, Hog Life, Sugar Daddy Slim, where I do projects directly to women. I just catch vibes like that of different. That's just being independent, the freedom of doing whatever you want to do. I was just exercising it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't necessarily doing albums. I was doing projects. But this year is my 20-year anniversary. I already platinum my debut album. So I might try to do a real album this year and like on a major level, like I already platinum was. So I might try to reach out to Skateboard P for some production or something. Some more big hitters I worked with back in the past. Manny Freshes and Jazzy Faze and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Now, speaking of Pharrell, what's the current status between you two at this point?
Man, I'ma always have love for Pharrell and be cool with Pharrell. Last I seen Pharrell, he got me to the Louis Vuitton red carpet and the fashion show in Paris last year. So we still 100. I'm gonna represent for Pharrell forever. What he gave me, a classic. So I'ma always have love for him, and I'ma always respect the inspiration he gave me because it's like being around certain people can make you want more. You know what I'm saying? So I always appreciate being around people who make me want more.
Now, you mentioned Louis Vuitton here. He's part of that
Right.
fashion house. Uh, from your time working with him way back when you hear news that he's the head of that fashion house, does something of that nature surprise you at all?
Surprise me, no. He was a leader in fashion back then. With whatever he did, people was following. So it's not surprising me at all. Like I feel like he been deserved that position. He been put in that work. So I think that I think that Pharrell Williams is just as big as Louis Vuitton. If you to me, you know what I'm saying, he should if he made his own clothes and said Pharrell Williams, I would buy it like it's Louis Vuitton. You know what I'm saying?
And how did you get that invite?
He hit me up personally, man, and reached out and invited me out there, got me a nice room. It was an amazing trip, man. I had an amazing experience. Never been to a fashion show in my life. Got to see that on that level, the highest level, you know what I'm saying? So it's a blessing to just be, a friend of Pharrell's.
Okay, now sidestepping here to just a different topic. Is it safe to say that your variety of opinions over the years have gone viral?
That's very safe to say. Very safe to say. I do have an independent mind frame. It ain't really like, a lot of people don't agree with everything I say.
When it comes to these opinions, however, has there ever been a thought on harnessing them into something more consistent, like a podcast or a live stream type of platform?
Yeah, I actually I don't I did podcasts before, and now once again I'm gonna bring the inspired word back. Being in Atlanta, seeing how much y'all do this and how much y'all professional about the content is very inspiring. I might want to do a podcast, but honestly, I was just doing my little Thug of News. That was my personal podcast, but I would take my interviews down to try to stop from going viral. So I don't know, like I would have to set it up to where I, put it out instead of try to take it away from the public. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, this it's inspiring. I would rather do it like I do it though, just naturally. You hella professional, bro. It took like 50 minutes. You had to fix mics and set this like. I just want to fire up a joint and just throw my iPhone up. You know what I'm saying? No equipment. So I don't know if that'll work or not.
Now, excuse me for the brain fog here, but you had a previous podcast?
Yeah, I had a previous man. If you go look at my podcast before anybody in the city, me, OG, I ain't gonna say anybody, but I would say 90% of the podcasts you see out of Houston, we was probably one of the first, guys to do it. Me, my brother right here, OG Chi-Town, Rico. Yeah, you can look it up. The Connect. If you go look up the Connect podcast, the years it was on, and you can see we had a lot of amazing guests. We did numbers, you know what I'm saying? Way back in the gap. It's just, we kind of like fell off on it. Really we couldn't figure out the money on it. You know what I'm saying? We already was getting money, and this was taking a lot of time out of our schedule, but we couldn't figure out the money on it. So we kind of like started doing other stuff.
And speaking of social media here, there is a Instagram platform just for Thugga News.
Facts. It is. It's a Thugger News Instagram platform where I was starting to build it because I said I do need to do this, what you saying, and I eventually plan on it. But I kind of, I be running from going viral a lot of times, knowing that my opinion, is different and people gonna be picking up on, clickbait and trying to make it a lot.
Before this interview ends, is there anything else you were not asked? Followers, fans, or supporters want to know.
I want you to follow me on my Instagram, Slim Thug, so I can keep you updated with the Double Cup movie and the music that we will be dropping and give you the up-to-date dates of when things will be releasing. So follow me on Instagram, Slim Thug.
Yep, follow me on Instagram, everything, Propain 713, PROPAIN 713. That's on all social medias. And I want everybody to be on the lookout for the album and the movie, man, Double Cup. You know what I'm saying? Good quality shit. I think everybody gonna enjoy it. Whether you from A-Sign or you ain't, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know about the culture, you can learn about the culture. It's that dope and it's that much dived into the culture. And we worked hard on this shit, man. I think y'all gonna like it.
And anything else in regards to this interview that was previously said during it that either of you two want to add or subtract to what's been
I'm
said?
good.